sat down to actually write this speech, I find myself, my brain went to 1,000 different places all at once, because that's kind of who I am right now. I have all these thoughts at once, and to grab one of them and make it substantial out of it is difficult for me. And that's actually one of the reasons that I joined Toastmasters. I'm trying to slow down all aspects of my life. So as I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, well, that should be my speech, what I'm going through right now. So my speech is basically where I am right now. It's not where I come from, not what I brought to Houston, or what brought me to Houston, but who I am now. So I introduce the true adventures of a high-tech transcendentalist. So the first thing you're wondering is, what is high-tech transcendentalist? Other than a word that I just kind of made up for this. It's an oxymoron, it's a bit enigmatic, and I'm not going to do anything to dispel that contradiction right here, because that's part of who I am. Is these trying to balance the coexistence of these opposing mindsets. And to illustrate that, I'd like to introduce a couple interests of mine. One of those is technology. I love technology. I love the information age that we're in right now. I'm not old, but I can remember a time where if you didn't know something and you wanted to find out an answer, you had to go to the library to look it up, or you had to ask somebody and trust that they actually knew what they were talking about. And side note is, as I got older, I had a very rude awakening. Because all these things I held as truths, I found out really it was just my parents trying to get rid of me at the time. But anyway, I love smartphones and tablets, robots, artificial intelligence, just gadgets in general. And I even embrace the American reputation of being fat and lazy, because that in itself yields great innovation. It's not just the perfect mousetrap in the infomercials that you see that make the lazy person's life even easier, but it also has led to advancements in information sharing, communications, medicine, and travel. And travel is another one of my interests, and I've been blessed that it's always been a part of my life. And I may not be the most traveled person in the world, and I'm probably not even the most traveled person in this room, but I've been around enough to take some valuable lessons from it. And I'm a little bit sick, I love road trips, long road trips. And I've zigzagged across the U.S. a couple different times. And it reminds me of I don't know if you guys know the Hank Snow song, which says, "I've been everywhere, man." And that's kind of, I thought about this during Wendy's table topics, because I love a soundtrack to my life kind of thing. So I have all these songs. But I listen to that song. I haven't been to all those places, but I've been to other countries. I've been blessed to see and do some amazing things. But lit the candles at Notre Dame, and I marched in a Carnival parade with the full Carnival get-up, the headdress and everything. I've been in the waters of Montreux, which on one night there was a fire there, and there was smoke on the water, and it led to the inspiration for Deep Purple. But these are all memories that they last a lifetime, and they're iconic places and experiences and stuff. But what it all comes back to is the people, and that's what I'm trying to get back to is the people, and make it memorable. And sometimes it's sharing these experiences with someone that you love. Sometimes it's going and meeting someone and making a new friend. Sometimes it's just meeting someone and having a friendship just for that particular moment in time. But it's still the people that make it memorable. So how did all this come together? Well, I know we have some very well-read, very educated people here who might take issue with my use of the word transcendental. It's not anything poetic like Walden or Lisa Brass. It's not Emerson, it's not Thoreau. It's just basically a simple belief that there's inherent good enough people, and that institutions and tools of society kind of corrupt that goodness. So it's kind of what I'm working on right now is to knock down those barriers and get just to the interaction with people. So the high-tech transcendentalist, high-tech's quite obvious with my fondness and attachment to gadgets and technology. And the travel is just an illustration of how the interaction with people different than myself, and introducing and listening to their stories, not just hearing the words, but hearing their story and immersing in their culture, whatever their background is. And technology is everywhere. There's a gadget for everything. With the internet and smartphones, we literally have a world of information at our fingertips. And I can go on my phone and I can get a box score from a baseball game in 1932, but I don't know my next door neighbor, the name of my next door neighbor's newborn baby. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I just know that it cries a lot. And if I was, ironically enough, if I was Facebook friends with them, I might not know the baby's name. I'd probably know what music they like, and I'd probably get a picture of their dashboard when it's over 100 degrees. But there's no substitution for that face-to-face. And so, who I am now, I'm a man on a journey to experience life and not the 24-hour news cycle. And to interact with people and not their Facebook page. And just because I have the ability to connect to a server in New York City while I'm sitting in a garden in Versailles doesn't mean that I should. So one final song reference before I go. It's from Simon and Garfunkel, which is slow down, you move too fast, you gotta make them all fast. Thank you.